Excuse me. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to all my freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, freedom fighters. It is Saturday, July, I want to say 27th. Yeah, because Monday's 28th or 29th. It is Saturday, July 27th, 2024. You got cloudy skies today, but it feels good out here. Feels great. Feels great. It's not too hot, not too cold. Well, not cold at all, but there's a nice little breeze. Xavier was good. I see that Xavier's in the chat, but I ain't got no viewers. Oh, now there you go. There you go. Please hit the like button when you can get in the building so I can give y'all just a minute to file in here so I can get going on this talk, this analysis, which I feel is very important. Because in this day and age, we have to look into what we put our energy into, right? What are we putting our energy into? That's energy very important. Energy is very important, and we have to protect our energy. And so when we put our energy into the wrong things, or when we, not in the wrong things, but in the wrong way, when we put our energy into people in a irrational and obsessive manner, to the point where all logic escapes us, it can be a problem. And that's really what cult of personality disorder is about. It's about throwing logic away because you have this irrational, energy. You have this irrational love or sense of duty to a person that you don't even know, right? That's what cult of personality disorder is. Is you are backing someone to the point where you are protecting them from shit you don't even need to protect them from, right? They can do no wrong, no matter what they say or do. They have your undying and unending support. It's just not, it's not rational, and it's kind of dangerous because, that person, that personality, that individual can steer you down a path of self-destruction. And they don't even know you. They don't even have to talk to you. They don't even have to, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to do anything for you. But for some reason, you like what they do. You think they're flashy. You think there's something that they may not really be, right? You might think that, oh, this guy is, oh, he's the shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, look at this guy. Everything he does is perfect. But you're only seeing what he wants you to see, he or she. You're only seeing what they presenting you with, right? They're showing you their representative. And so, but they don't know you from Adam, right? They don't know you. They don't know shit about you. They don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? Yet you have this undying devotion to them that is illogical and quite suspect. And by hearing by was good. And it's funny because it's mostly men, right, these days that suffer from this condition, right? Mostly men. Mostly men suffer this condition where they have this undying devotion to someone they don't even know, And that's why I want to talk about this. A lot of this is in the world of boxing, right? There are a lot of lessons people can take from the politics of boxing. You can apply it to a lot of real life shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I talk about it so much. Because there's a lesson in everything that can be extrapolated into the real world, right? And it doesn't happen with any other sport, I don't think, except for maybe basketball. Not even that. Like with LeBron James, who's the GOAT and all that other shit. But the funny thing is, when it comes to, I'm getting my squats on. When it comes to sports stars in other in other sports, yeah, they might have this diehard fanatic devotion to that person, but it stays within the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like when I hear people talk about LeBron James or Michael Jordan, and I'm just mentioning some of the most notable basketball players, it never goes outside of boxing, really. And outside of basketball, they keep it basketball, right? But for some reason, in the world of boxing, you know, it's like a lot of these people know you don't know these boxers. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't you keep it boxing with these boxers? If someone doesn't like your boxer, oh fucking well. If your favorite boxer isn't someone else's favorite boxer, if your favorite boxer gets critiqued by someone else, they're your enemy now. If you critique or criticize one of your favorite boxers, some of y'all get out of control and irrational and turn into hoes. Real talk. Y'all become hoes when your favorite boxer gets criticized. I don't understand that. So it's one of the cooler days out here. It's one of the cooler days of the summer so far. Probably the coolest. And now everybody and their mama is outside doing the yard. It's crazy. Well, it's not crazy. It makes total sense. I just have someone who comes to my yard and they do all my yard work for me because, you know, of where I work. But anyway, so it's and it's really like that in the sport of boxing. And I don't understand it. I don't know where this came from because I've been a boxing fan for decades. And I've never seen this level of wackadoodleness in regards to fandoms, right? And in this day and age, the only boxer I feel has a fan base that is mostly logical, you know what I'm saying, are Devin Haney the Devin Haney fan base. Yep, that's how I see it. Because I've never seen a Devin Haney supporter or anybody who has Devin Haney as a favorite boxer. I've never seen them fly off the handle when someone criticizes Devin Haney. I have not seen that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when Devin does some shit that is worthy of criticism, they themselves criticize Devin Haney, right? Like when he fought Ryan Garcia, you know, and he got whooped by Ryan Garcia. Never mind that Ryan Garcia took PEDs and came in overweight and all that shit and just overall did all he could to cheat. Devin Haney still did not fight the fight that he should have fought. And every Devin Haney fan that I know said the same shit. That Devin Haney was fighting an emotional fight. He was not fighting his fight. He should have fought the way he was supposed to fight. He shouldn't have tried to knock Ryan Garcia out, all this, that, and the third. You know? But that's what I've seen. Right? And when other people criticize Devin Haney the same way, and we say, yeah, that's true. Like when Devin Haney lost and we didn't know Ryan Garcia, uh, Ryan Garcia was on PEDs. Devin Haney fans said we hold the L. Like, yeah, he lost. He fought an emotional fight. He didn't fight the way he was supposed to. He had a bad game plan. Bada boom, bada bing. Even though he won most of the rounds. He won most of the rounds, but because he was knocked down 3 times, you know, it is what it is, right? But see, it's not good enough for Devin Haney fans to hold the L. They have to, like, if we hold the L, right, they still want to say silly shit like, oh, his ass was in the air. Oh, look at him. He was face down, ass up. And like, what are you talking about? He got knocked down. He got the fuck back up. He got knocked down. He had to get to his knees before he stood up. Like, what are you talking about? Right? But you have to throw that in there because you're irrational. Because most of these people are Tank Davis fans. Tank Davis fans. Tank Davis fans are mostly Devin Haney haters. Mostly Devin Haney haters. Right? For whatever reason. Because here's the reason. It's because Devin Haney called out Tank Davis to fight him while he was still at 135. Called him out. Tank Davis fans did not like that. Right? They didn't like that. But instead of saying, man, you know what? Tank, shut this motherfucker up. Fight Devin Haney. Shut his ass up. Take his belts. Whatever. No. They said, oh, you don't deserve the fight because you not acting like you want to fight Tank Davis. What are you talking about? Right? What are you talking about? Devin said he wanted to fight him. So it's up to Tank to call his bluff and send him a contract. Send him something so that, you know, he can, you know, call his bluff, right? Oh, you said you wanted to fight me? All right, here you go. Here is a contract. You said you would take Ryan Garcia's, what Ryan Garcia took. All right, here you go. Same contract Ryan Garcia had. But no, Tank didn't do that, right? But did Tank Davis fans call him out on it? No, they didn't. They called Devin a duck for leaving 135 because he was killing himself at 135 to go to 140 and try to take over that division. They called him a duck for doing that. They called him a duck when the Shakur Stevenson fight didn't happen, even though Devin sent an offer to Shakur, right? Sent him multiple offers that Shakur dismissed every single one. Shakur turned down every single offer Devin Haney sent. Every single offer. And ran to the WBC to try to get more money. To try to get a bigger split. Devin had 4 belts, the linealship, and offered him 25%. Shakur didn't want that. But because Devin didn't want to give him 50%, because Devin's the A side, Devin has more leverage. If you don't want to take the 25% and then you run into the WBC, well, fuck you then. There's nothing that you have for me that will make me give you 50%. You will gain much more from me if I lose than I would get from you if you lose. So fuck you, I'm moving on. But y'all called him a duck. Tank Davis calls out all these fighters. Calls out Lomachenko, you know, puts him on the hit list. Puts Devin Haney on the hit list. Puts Shakur on the hit list. All these people. And never sent any of these motherfuckers an offer. Never reached out to them to offer them a fight. Never sent any of these motherfuckers a contract. But and Devin is the only one who actively tried to get a fight with Tank Davis. He actually reached out to Tank's camp, and to no avail. Tank Davis refused to negotiate, right? Even Eddie Hearn tried to reach out to Tank to talk about a Devin Haney fight. And he told Eddie Hearn, no. But y'all don't want to call him a duck for that? That is straight up duck behavior. Now I'm doing my lunges. That is ultimate duck behavior. That is the most duckish behavior I've ever seen. You tell the world that Devin Haney is on your hit list, and multiple people try to reach out to talk to you about getting the Devin Haney fight, and you say no. But then when they offer you 20 million, you act like you didn't know nothing about it, and you stand in a dark room and say they know who to talk to, all this, that, and the third. And then what happens? Tank Davis's irrational cult of personality disorder suffering fan base makes up this narrative that you have to call Al Heyman to even get entertained for a fight. So Tank Davis is the A side, who is responsible for initiating talks, right? He should be the one to send the offers, to send the contracts, send the term sheets, right? Because that applies to anyone else that is not Tank Davis. That's the A side. Anyone else that's the A side that is not Tank Davis, this is well understood by Tank Davis fans, Shakur fans, Loma fans. Let's get into it, because this order applies to those fans too. Loma fans, Shakur fans, y'all all suffer from the same cult of personality disorder. So Devin's a duck because one guy, one diehard Tank Davis fan, said that Devin Haney has to acquiesce to Tank Davis to get a fight. And that same guy started the narrative that you have to talk to Al Heyman. It's the same motherfucker. And every other Tank Davis diehard take that and run with it and use that and push that narrative and spreads it throughout the world of boxing. Oh, you got to talk to Al. Call Al. That was the mantra. That is the mantra to get a Tank Davis fight. So now Devin Haney's a duck. Devin Haney ducked Tank Davis because he went to 140. Because Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson were both bullshit. They're both full of shit. They both never really wanted to fight Devin. The only motherfucker that stood up to fight Devin, that's at the elite status at 135, was Lomachenko. But even Lomachenko ducked Devin Haney when Devin Haney was Lomachenko's mandatory. So all these motherfuckers duck Devin Haney, but somehow you irrational fan bases make it Devin's fault. You can't make this shit up. Well, you can, but why would you have to? Why would you have to make it up? Because the silly shit is happening. What about the activity in ethers? Ethers. Well, there's always activity in the ethers. I mean, it's a constant flow, constant shifting, right? Energy isn't created or destroyed. It's transformed, transmuted, right? It evaporates and it falls and it recoagulates and it coalesces. Energy is never destroyed or created. Ether is just another term for a mystic energy that is yet to be seen. Hold on. I think it's because people be signing contracts too much. Well, in a sport like boxing, you got to sign contracts so that everybody can make sure they get what they are supposed to get. Nothing wrong with signing a contract. But anyway, so Devin Haney, Devin Haney does everything he can at 135 to fight Tank, to fight Shakur, right? To fight Loma. But he's the duck because these motherfuckers don't do what they're supposed to do to make the fight happen. Devin Haney does everything that he's supposed to do to make the fight happen. Whether he's the A side with Shakur and sends an offer in the contract, or he's the B side to Tank and reaches out to Tank's camp to say that he's interested in the fight. But because both these motherfuckers don't do their part, even though they both said that they wanted to fight Devin, Devin's the duck. See, this is the irrationality of those fan bases. That is the cult of personality disorder. But, you know, if Devin were moving like a duck, 99.9% of Devin fans would concede, even if hesitantly, that Devin is ducking, right? Devin Haney went to 140, right, to build on his legacy. But because he didn't fight Tank and Shakur, no matter the reason, y'all say he ran from the division. And it don't make no sense. Because when Shakur left 126 to go to 130, did he run from the division? When he went from 130 to 135, did he run from the division? Or was he getting too big? Was it becoming more difficult for him to make the weight? So he decided to move up to make it easier. Got this gas. So, you know, and when Tank left 126 to go to 130, he left 130 to go 135. He left 135 to go to 140. Then he came back down. Did he run from 140? Did he run from 130? Or was he more comfortable at 135? Did he feel like he'd be more comfortable and have a less difficult time cutting weight? Like, what is it? Devin, y'all, see, this is a funny thing. The same people that said Devin ran from 135 because he didn't want to fight Tank and Shakur are the same people that called Devin Skeletor and said Devin was dying and said Devin was a weight bully for staying at 135 to fight people. The same irrational, illogical, cult of personality disorder suffering fan bases. The Tank Davis fan base, the Loma fan base, and the Shakur fan base. Why the Loma fan base? Well, because the same irrational Loma base felt like Loma beat Devin and wanted him to rematch Devin. Wanted Devin to rematch Loma. So, because Devin went to 140, he ducked the rematch with Loma because he knew he lost and he knew he'd get beat again. Even though he cracked Loma's ribs, he whooped Loma's ass, y'all. I saw it in slow motion. I watched the fight. Devin won like 9 rounds to 3. 9 rounds to 3. Loma takes off In the 12th round, thinking he won, thinking he was winning for whatever reason, he took off in the 12th round. And that's why he had eight. That's why he lost 8 rounds or 9 rounds instead of 8, because he took off in the 12th. And even Loma fans understand this, but they still think Loma won. They think Loma won, and so because Devin went to 140, he ducked Loma too. This is the irrational, illogical bullshit that these cult of personality disorder suffering individuals go through in their mind. This is their mentality, right? This is their mentality. This is their mentality. Hold on. This is the mentality in the rationale of Tank Davis fan bases, Loma fan bases, and Shakur fan bases. It's utterly senseless. No, it just makes no sense. And they're hypocrites too. These same people, huge hypocrites. Huge hypocrites. Oh God. Let me. Gotta tighten these straps up. Someone tried to stop me from exploring. I had to kick them off and shut the door because who the fuck you think you are to block my freedom of movement? By hearing about, what are you talking about? They tried to stop you from exploring. You had to kick them off and shut the door. What are you talking about? What were you talking about exactly? Like, were you outside? Like, where were you at? Are you talking about internet exploring? Help me understand. So, nice, right? The cicadas are going crazy. Got the Pondé River. So yeah, this is the mentality of these fan bases. Devin is supposed to kiss everybody's ass, whether he's the A side or B side. He's supposed to give Shakur whatever he wanted. And that's where Tank fans and Shakur fans' interests converge. Devin, right, is supposed to give Shakur whatever he asked for as the B side. Shakur's the B side. Devin is supposed to offer Shakur whatever he wanted. So this is what is believed by Tank fans and Devin fans. Or not Devin fans, Tank fans and Shakur fans. Those same Tank and Shakur fans also believe that Devin is supposed to take whatever Tank offers him. So Tank is not supposed to give Devin whatever he wants. But Devin is supposed to give Shakur whatever he wants. Right? Shakur doesn't have to accept whatever Devin offers. But Devin better offer whatever whatever Tank offers. Makes no sense at all. In the ether dream, I met someone who was going to show me something. Someone big tried to grab me and stop me and ended up flat on their back with the door shutting them out. Oh, okay, you talking about a dream. That's what's up. Were you astral projecting? See, I got the pack on, y'all. I don't play with mine. I don't play. Got that 50 pounds up in there. 50 pounds on my back. And another 10 to 15 pounds everywhere else. So yeah, Between worlds, yeah. Some Bulgarian split squats. So yeah, man. It just that's how it works, right? Here's another thing. Here's another. Here are more examples of the irrationality. It's no different than with people who uh, suffer from the cult of personality disorder when it comes to Donald Trump. Same shit. Donald Trump can't do no wrong. You have so-called right-wing motherfuckers that call themselves freedom-loving, truth-telling, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, you know, Bill of Rights, people, and people who believe in freedom of speech and the right to carry, right, the right to keep and bear arms, the right to be secure in your person's papers and effects. Those same people will go to bat for Trump. Trump can do no wrong, no matter what. But Trump believes in civil asset forfeiture, right? Well, there goes the Fourth Amendment. There goes your precious, the right to be secure in your person's papers, houses, and effects, right? And civil asset forfeiture also violates the right to due process, right? Due process. So you can forego due process when it comes to Donald Trump. You can forego the right to be secure in your personal papers, houses, and effects. When Trump violates it, it's okay for Trump to violate those rights, right? But if Kamala tries it, if Biden tries it, oh man, y'all go ham. And I agree. I think that neither one of them motherfuckers should do it. So when Trump does it, I'm gonna call it out. Why? Because I am not a Trump fanatic, right? I am not a Trump cult member, right? Just like I wasn't a Hillary Clinton Trump a cult leader or cult member. I'm not a Kamala cult leader. I'm not going to support Kamala simply because she's a woman of color. But there are plenty of people out there that will. They're going to vote for Kamala because she's a woman of color. It doesn't matter what her policies are. It doesn't matter what her beliefs are. It doesn't matter the heinous acts she committed while she was the Attorney General of California. You know what I'm saying? Like holding prisoners past their sentence to perform cheap labor or slavery, or all these marijuana convictions, even though she smoked marijuana and laughed about it. Like, these are things that people should be looking at, right, when they throw their support behind somebody. I'm going to support somebody who's consistent in their beliefs, that are good people, that believe in, treating others like they want to be treated and not treating others like they don't want to be treated. You understand what I'm saying? Right? And there's no politician. There's no politician in America that's doing it. Right? No one that's running of note. No one that's going to even get close to being on your ballot. Right? Because those motherfuckers, they don't even get 1/3% of a vote in the polls to even get on the debate stage. You have the same two type of people on these debate stages. A Democrat and a Republican or an independent that has to run as a Democrat or Republican. But anyway, so what else do y'all do when it comes to um, the irrationality, right? Like the lies, right? Y'all talk about lies in the sport of boxing. You talk about people lying. Y'all talk about Devin lying. You talk about Bill Haney lying. Oh, Devin Haney, Bill Haney's a liar. They said they were gonna do this. They said they was gonna do that. Oh, Bill Haney said he sent a $20 million offer. That's a lie. And this is one thing that your boy, and I got mad respect for him. Knockout Boxing 80 Talk 87. You know what I'm saying? Said Bill Haney lied about the $20 million. How do you know that? You have no evidence to show that Bill Haney was not ready to get $20 million to Tank Davis for fighting his son. You have no evidence that that would not have happened. You have no evidence that Turkey Al-Sheikh was not going to make sure that that $20 million got to him. You have no evidence, right? So you're saying Bill Haney lied about it, but you have no evidence of it. But you call him a liar. How is that? What are you talking about? That's irrational. That's irrational. And it's only because it was Tank, right? Because Tank cannot be responsible for making fights happen. No. It has to be everybody else. Tank is the only A-side fighter that ain't got to do shit to make a fight happen. But he does. You see what I'm saying? He does that. When he actually wants to fight somebody, he sends them offers. He sends them contracts. He sends them term sheets. What? When he wanted to fight Ryan Garcia, he sent him an offer. When he wanted to fight Pitbull, well, Pitbull was a replacement for Rolly Romero, but when he wanted to fight Rolly, he made sure Rolly got an offer. When he wanted to fight Hector Garcia, when he was negotiating and had agreements with Ryan Garcia and Hector Garcia at the same time. But y'all act like, I just got a notification from YouTube that I got a video removed, that I got content removed. Wow. Because I was talking about the Trump cult. Isn't that funny? I had a video or a live stream. I don't even remember when it was. I just saw the notification. Okay, so the name of the live stream was Trump Cult Explain This, Part 2. So, isn't that funny? I was just talking about the Trump cult, and I just got a notification that I got content removed that was talking about the Trump cult. You can't make, oh boy, you can't make this shit up. I just got a video removed that had Trump cult in the title, and I was just talking about a Trump cult. Wow. Anyway, by the way, that same Trump cult tried to rationalize and explain away the fact that Trump said, I like take the guns first, due process second. He said that. But the Trump cult didn't have a problem with that. But they're Second Amendment supporters. They believe in the right to keep and bear arms. But when Trump violates it, oh man, it's okay. Morning. It's all right for Trump to violate the Second Amendment. When Trump made the Department of Justice force the ATF to ban bump stocks, which is a huge violation, right? And all that shit. A huge violation. No one said anything. No one had a problem with Trump banning bump stocks. And if they had a problem with it, well, they went really, really soft on Trump. Anthony Brian Logan, when Trump banned bump stocks, I went on Anthony Brian Logan's live stream. I called in on Zoom, what's that thing called? Whatever that thing is, Skype. I made a Skype call to Anthony Brian Logan and went in on him for not going in on Trump about violating the Second Amendment, banning bump stocks. And this dude really tried to rationalize it by saying, well, a bump stock is not an arm. Because the Second Amendment says the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So he tries to say a bump stock is not an arm, it's an accessory, it's this, that, and the third. What? It can become a part of an arm. You can't do anything with it but make an arm out of it, right? You put it, so an arm is an assembly of parts. It's not just one thing, right? Because it's a mechanical tool. There's mechanics involved. There are parts and pieces that come together to make up this arm. So what are you talking about? That's like, oh, yeah, well, like if Trump tried to ban foregrips, he's basically saying, oh, well, that foregrip isn't an arm. What? You see, this is the problem. So he tried to rationalize it away by saying that a bump stock is not an arm. Well, guess what? How did they violate it? How did they ban it? They banned it by calling it a machine gun. They said a bump stock was a machine gun. So if a bump stock is not an arm, how is it a machine gun? How is a machine gun not an arm? You see what I'm saying? Because he suffers from Donald Trump cult of personality disorder, he thought it was okay for Trump to ban a bump stock because it's not an arm. But in order for the ATF to ban it using language that they already had on the books, they had to then make a bump stock an arm, because there's nothing in the NFA, and that's what they use. They use the National Firearm, whatever, fuck. Because the NFA has a specific definition for an arm and machine gun and this, that, and the third. And an accessory, they cannot ban accessories using the NFA. So an executive branch cannot create laws and change the language of laws or interpret laws as they see fit because somebody told them to. No, it has to go through the legislative process. If you want to criminally charge somebody for violating a regulation of an executive agency like the ATF, you have to go through a legislative process. You can't just say, oh, well, let's just the fuck. Let's just make what the bump stock, let's just turn a bump stock. Ooh. Yeshua's return was good, man. I ain't seen you in a minute. Let's just make a bump stock. My side's cramping. Let's just make a bump stock a machine gun. No, you can't do that. Because a bump stock is not a gun. A bump stock is not a gun. It is a part of an arm, right? There's no action. First of all, there has to be an action, right? You have to have a part that has an action. The action is the thing that makes the thing go boom. You understand what I'm saying? So a bump stock doesn't have that. A bump stock doesn't have a barrel. It doesn't have an upper receiver, lower receiver. It doesn't have a trigger. You know what I'm saying? It's just the stock. So in order to ban the bump stock, they had to force the language to accept the bump stock being a machine gun, even though it doesn't have a barrel, it doesn't have an action, it doesn't have a trigger, right? It doesn't have an upper receiver, it doesn't have anything. You can't feed ammunition into it. So how is it a fucking firearm? It's not. Well, Andy Brian Logan said that it doesn't violate the Second Amendment because it's not an arm. But when was it okay to ban an accessory? It's okay to ban an accessory because the Second Amendment doesn't say accessory. Man, miss me. So this type of shit I'm talking about, right? This type of shit I'm talking about. Cult of personality disorder forces you to be illogical, irrational, and you can't see the forest for the trees. Trump thing looking fake as fuck, Burger King ketchup, and a God complex. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if it's fake or what, but they're damn sure using it to their advantage. But what I do know is that bullet picture, that bullet, there's no way that bullet came from that roof. There's no way that bullet was fired from that rooftop at the angle that it was at. There's no way. There's no way. Now there may be some parallax error. You know, you may not be able to see if you're not looking at the bullet straight on, you're not going to get the true picture of what the angle is. But there's not enough parallax error to make that bullet come from that rooftop. Accessories are guilty. Purses, belts, hats, and outfits stay hat slayer outfits all day. Wow. Definitely a woman. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. Y'all stay up, man. Listen. Don't attach yourself to a personality in that way. You should not lose a sense of who you are. You should not be irrational, inconsistent, a hypocrite, because you are just trying so hard to go to bat and protect somebody that don't know you from Adam. Donald Trump don't know you from Adam. Shakur Stevenson don't know you from Adam. Tank Davis don't know you from Adam. Lomachenko don't know you from Adam. Deontay Wilder don't know you from Adam. Anthony Josh, none of these motherfuckers know you, right? None of these motherfuckers know you. None of these motherfuckers care about you unless you actually know them. They don't know you. So let's call it down the middle. No matter what we're dealing with, if we're dealing with politics, sports, whatever, call it down the middle, man. Your friends, your family, call it down the middle. You guys have a beautiful day as well. Never let a tragedy go to waste is their motto. Exactly. Anyway, y'all, highlighted, saved your channel. Huh? The hell is that? What the hell just popped up? Something popped up talking about highlighted. It's weird. Anyway, much love, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and we're going to keep